Good morning, boys and girls. It's Saturday, what is it, 16th of March. I'm on 1550. So I posted one game yesterday where I got my ass kicked. And then I won like 6 in a row after that. Okay, Nimzowitsch defense declined. Is it d5? Pawn takes, queen takes. We go for activity. Opponent's rated 1588. Tycho has set. No, I mean, there's lots of moves here for the queen, and it's very much like the mirror image, but I kind of like this one. If this knight moves, then I can take the queen. Knight takes is undeveloping, and we might have ideas now of a. Thinking about like this or this to play knight g7. I could put my bishop there, but to put my bishop there. At least that allows me to long castle. Then I might have ideas up the d file, yeah. So remind yourself, Hunty, it's a 10-minute rapid game. We are not playing 5-minute blitz. Got heaps of time. Okay. Do I castle? No rush. If I take the queen now, he has rook takes, which doesn't really improve his rook either. It's still behind a pawn. And, you know, knight takes is also not fantastic. I could put the question to the bishop, but I have to answer in my mind, what happens if he just pulls back to a4? Am I going to keep chasing the bishop? Well, that's interesting. But look at this now. Okay, he's got... Oh, hello. Okay, so if queen takes me, I get that. Fair enough. And I don't have any light squares for the bishop. I can't go there. My only option is bring it back to d7. Which isn't ideal. I mean, it's shooting against the sides of the barn there. I can't really defend. I don't want to be taken with a b-pawn. I could, for example, just centralize it and let him take. I take back with a knight on one of these two squares. But then we've also got the issue of the queens facing off as well, which vexes me. Could play my queen here. If he takes, I recapture with the queen, then still having eyes on g2. Or could I sack it? Could I sack it? Note, king takes. Oh no, no. Because I was thinking I've got queen here with a fork, but queen takes queen. So I'm going to drop back to d7. I think discretion is the better part of valor in this case. So if he takes here, I recapture with a knight. I have a square here. He's got very good control over e2. I do have the bishop pair for what it's worth. Might think about fianchetto on this side. And then I've got options of castling either way. Because I've got no d-pawn, then queenside castling, you know, getting the rook straight on a semi-open file makes some sense. Ho, 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 ho. Right, what do we have here? Nope. This, Ooh, I mean, he has weakened his dark edge, hasn't he, a little bit? What about, like, just this? Pinning the knight. Yeah. I like just putting the pawn on a light square for now as well. Means that I'm controlling other light squares. Okay, now this is a bit of a no-brainer. Does he have the d4? But I get my bishop out anyway. There, d4 played. I drop back. Now both of my bishops now are... I mean, this guy could probably improve his prospects by getting onto the long diagonal. You know what I'm saying? I'm inclined to play knight f6 here. I have f5 too. f5, he can't come in there and he can't come in there, and he could go there. f5, what if he comes here? I don't think that bothers me. Or this, try and get him to take, open up the G. I don't think f5 is... I'm going to play this move. Long castles is also a thought. Here, yeah, I'm going to get 3 pawn islands if he trades. There we go. And I've still got the bishop pair. Alright, so he's trying to blunt this guy. I have c5 though. There, takes. I think it's just time to get the king out of dodge. This... I played rook dg8, might not be the best move, but I just thought there may be a role for young Harry at some point. Notice this rook's now starting to run out of squares of its own. So bishop c6, he doesn't have this. I wanted to put my bishop on that diag anyway, and now we have grande presuro against. Okay, and this could be where we call up on young Harry. h5, h4. I think that's the kind of pressure I like. See, now I kick this knight. It doesn't matter where, I don't care where it goes. Well, now it can't go there, can it? I hit the knight, he can't go there, can't go there, can't go there, can't go there, can't go there. I hit the knight, he goes here. I'm going to hit it anyway. Now, the big question is there any benefit in h3? Cui bono, as they say in Rome. Takes. I've lost my splendid bishop. Hits. He can come in. He can also come in there, which is actually really annoying. So I feel like I want to keep these pawns together. However, I've got a loose one. Is it time to do this then? Now this is better because he doesn't have that square, but he does have g5. f5, knight g5. Oh, no, then I have f6. And it's welcome to Auntie's World of Pain. Rook hg8. Huh. Don't I just take here? Now you've got to move your stupid knight. And you can't go... Oh. Now this and pushes, and I think he breathes a sigh. No, he doesn't. He's... Hang on. I can't take there. Rook e8. Rook e8, he comes in with check. And it's actually my rook that end. Oh, and my rook's defended. Rook e8 comes here, I take. Rook's defended by the bishop. Here, he's got double pressure on there, but if he moves his knight, so if rook takes, I take, knight takes, I take rook. I'm liking that I'm down to 351 actually here. Because I feel like I'm, yeah, just thinking, just that one layer, and that is, in my view, the biggest difference between me playing at 1650 or 1350. It's the effort expended, right? Here, You just lose a rook. Here, we trade rooks, and you lose a rook. So he can't take on f6. This is undefended, and his knight can't move to either of these two squares to defend the rook neither. Now, if this rook wasn't defended by that bishop, it would be me laughing on the other side of my face, because he'd do this with check and then win. And now... Oh, okay, yeah, right. No, I win the knight. I win the knight. And takes. And we're up a minor piece. He takes there. Happy days. This is now pinned. Okay. That hangs. But if that hangs, that hangs. However, where do I have this? That bishop's doing bugger all where it is, isn't it? I've got to be careful not to get back ranked. This? No, because there, but okay, his rook's got an issue now. Can't stay there, can't go there, can't go there. Ooh. You've gone there, okay. Here now? No, because takes, rook takes bishop. Let's drop back. Just guard the back rank. I'm up. It's 2 bishops against 1. Yeah, he's got an extra pawn. There. Looks fine. He hasn't got that, so... Now I feel it's time for this. Because there's no threat to the bishop on this square, which it was before when the rook was there. I'm just going to simplify. Free pawn. Still defends here. Chucking a check. Just for giggles. Okay, king can go here. If I check him, he goes there anyway, but then I go here, then he can take the pawn. Okay, so I'm thinking this first, and then maybe the check. Okay. Now I'm just gonna, might even squeeze the old king round this way. My bishop's the only defender of this. Check. Check takes. Just trade off. Okay, he's going to take on here. Actually, that pawn was already hanging. Why didn't I go after this one? Okay, I can defend the rook. Alright. Do I want to get my king in here? Feel like I do. What does he want to do? He wants to get my rook off, but he wants to get it off here so that he can recapture the pawn, right? So I go here. He goes here. There we go, yeah. But he's not really threatening my rook because it's defended. So, okay, he wants to takes. But then his king can't easily approach my bishop. He's got to go a very long way around. So I'm happy with this. Pre-move that. I don't think he's got enough here. Okay, he wants to put his king in there. Okay, but there, he takes, I take, he takes. No, he might have me here. He might have me. And he's got 4 minutes more on the clock. Now he's got to trade rooks, right? There. I think now, aren't I all right? If he takes, I take with the king and happy days, because he can never dislodge me unless he uses this pawn somehow. If he goes here, I've got that. And if I eradicate that pawn, "25 seconds though. If I can take this pawn, I shall. So he's got to move his rook. And I can't take there, okay. I want to force this pawn by. Okay. "12 seconds, let's do this. Waiting for him to move into opposition. He has to move there now. That's opposition. I'm going to move a knight's move away. He's going to come down the board. He comes, doesn't matter where he goes. There we go. He has to go down the board. Now he has to go down the board. Ah, timed out. That was good though. And it was a one position at the end. So, happy days. Let's do another one. Quite happy with that. I'm going to go back to the previous repertoire. Alright, a carrow can't. Let's do this. The von Hennig gambit against Polomolokoko. Easy for you to say. So what I'm not getting at the moment, with my revised repertoire, is the cheap ass wins. King has to take. Yeah. And you can pre-move quite a few moves in this little line here. Oh! And there is actually a checkmate there, so you've got to be a bit careful. Just a wee bit careful. What are you going to do? King shouldn't go to g8, it should go back to e8. And there we go. 13 seconds, happy days. Goodness me. Go on, let's have a quick look at the game review just for giggles. That'll do me. One inaccuracy. That is a joke, by the way. I'm deliberately mispronouncing that. It's in honour of the lovely Fiona. 2250. Alright. Go on then. So that's one draw, one quick win. And let's go for it again. 1562. And we'll go for the whatever I used to play. Göring. Okay, I'll go regular Göring. We recapture with this rather than going for like the full Danish style. So we've given up a pawn. In compo, we've got two knights developed and a pawn in the middle. We are also closer to castling. And now I'm ready to castle. I have some pressure here. This is a thought as well, that hits bishop and f7 with a checkmate threat. I couldn't have done that on the previous move because I needed the bishop on this diagonal, so there we go. Opponent is Dhiren Vaswani from United States, rated 1562. So now I don't have this. I do have, however, have this, which is nearly always the right thing to do. And again, should that knight move, which it probably should, I have queen d5. Okay, chickadee-doo-dah. And here the golden rule is, don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Okay, so queen could come here, but it's guarded by knight. I mean, I could go to king g3. I don't really want to block the rook. I mean, king e2. There ain't no check there because queen guards. But then again, I'd like to do... What he wants to do is castle. Now, he's given up a piece, but he has got a pawn for that piece, and he was already a pawn up. This, however, does come with tempo because it attacks the knight, but then... Ah, yes, the knight is... Here, he takes. Takey, takey. Rook here. Go on then. Go on then. Is it the right thing to do, though, to trade there? No, I think the right thing to do is maybe, actually, because you see, I pre-moved that, and I thought, hang on. You've thought of one move and pre-moved it. No, you don't want to do this. Ah. Huh? Surely. Can't I just grab the knight? Yes, there's a discovered check on the cards, right? But I'm going to be 2 pieces up for 2 pawns. And I'm just not scared of that. Look at his lack of development. Yes, you've got your king safe, but... And I haven't. As it's patently obvious. Okay. Oh, yeah, he wins the bishop. But then I trade the queen, so... Okay, go on. Go on. I dare you. There. Let's say rook takes. Rook takes makes sense. How did I not see that? I was looking at d6 and... Okay. Okay, I'm up a piece for 2 pawns and I've got a very exposed king. Therefore, what do we need? And by the way, he's got double pawns here. I've got a slightly susceptible pawn there. I could develop my bishop and attack the queen. I could take the queen if rook recaptures, which makes a lot of sense because he doesn't want to undevelop his knight and he wants to improve his rook, right? I have this f6. So I have the extra horse. Opponent has 2 extra pawns. Opponent thinks he's bringing it. I'm not worried about this. I mean, he can't do that to put more pressure on the knight. He can do that to put more pressure on the knight. Now he has to take the knight, otherwise he loses that. Okay, right. Crikey, come on then. Bring it. Bring it. A wee trapette, because if he takes the pawn now, he gets checkmated. So I think he now has to bring his bishop out, doesn't he? Do I do this? Do I do this? I can in theory do that and defend the pawn that way. Okay. I'm going to come here. Oh, no, that wasn't good. I should have come back maybe and offered the trade. Now he takes the pawn with tempo. That's not a bad square if I can get a knight on it. This is the candidate. I think what's gone on in this game is I got a little bit giddy from getting the quick von Hennig win and started getting a little bit overconfident. So he's thinking, why can't I take the pawn? He takes the pawn. I have a check which actually ties down both of these. He has to go here. You take the pawn. I have this. You have that. The bishop and the rook are dead in the water because neither can move. Then I sweep up this pawn. And it is, boys and girls, what we call game on. But you've still got the same problem with your knight. Now, and he's stopping me from going in here as well. Okay, this is a modest improvement. There, takes. That's what I'm just liking. You can have the bishop. We can trade off. I'm still going to be a piece up. And this rook isn't in the game yet, and this bishop hasn't moved. Takes. Takes again is the same. Okay, all right. Now it's two knights against a solo bishop. Now what's nice about a solo bishop is it only has privileges to visit half the board. Now this pawn's defended, so I don't need to stress right now. And I have this, which I appreciate. It's a knight in the center of the board. It's on a dark square, which means it controls light squares. Therefore, it can hurt the bishop, but the bishop can't hurt it. And that's what we want. My rook's also defended here, and this knight's on a dark square as well. So black's now thinking, what can I touch? Right, he's going to have to use his pawns. This knight's defended. This knight is not defended. But if Laughing Boy here doesn't get a move on and start being effective with his pawns. Now this is defended by the bishop, but it depends where the bishop goes. Bishops are on two diagonals unless they're in a corner. Okay, he stayed on the same diagonal. Get it? Makes sense. Now do I put my pawns on light squares? Just taking this square away for the time being. I am up on the clock. Nope, that would be silly. Just going to stick that pawn on, so it's just so I can ignore it and free up this horse. g4. So I'm going to try and put the onus on my opponent now. To say, come on mate, what have you got? How are you going to win this? Quite like this square. That's a fork on these two, so he has to go back there, right? There he has to go back here to defend this pawn. Okay. Am I bothered? I don't think so. Oh, okay. There's a thought. Do I have this? But his idea is he's going to kick the knight away. And then he's going to have an overwhelm on this. So how about this? And he hasn't got that because I take the bishop, right? Now he does this. Oh, cock. Miscalculated that. He's just... he's got me. Yeah. No, messed that up, guys. Sorry. Okay, well, am I down 3 pawns? That is not a pretty situation to be in, with my opponent having 3 minutes on the clock. I don't know why I pre-moved that recapture, because there's nothing to capture. No, it's dead loss now. Bugger. Yeah, I'll just resign that. Let's have a look at the review, though. So, you know, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. Yeah, he played very accurately towards the end. His blunder was this, yeah, obviously. And at this point, I'm doing splendidly. And in fact, King G3, like it. But from here, I just lost my grip and shouldn't have taken the knight. Best move here. Develop. Yeah, because just this was just... That's cockiness, guys. And then you just ground me down. But I'm still winning here. Still winning. And that's okay. Okay, 0.3 of a pawn difference. Used the wrong rook. Shouldn't have traded. Centralise the other rook. Why not? Also pinning the knight, because that is still a checkmate threat. Yeah, definitely the right move there. Okay, but I'm still winning. So I'm still good. Yeah. But, you know, accurate play for my opponent. What can you say? What can you say? Nice mixed bag. And we're enjoying playing chess. What am I, 1550 now again? I was 1550 when I started. Yep, back to 1550. All right, there we go. Okay, onwards and upwards. See you next time.